Hi. All right, I'm back with another unboxing of some items I received today from the Clear the List initiative. I'm going to start with a bag. So maybe I'm going to start with the bag. Usually they're much easier to... I got it. This says... Oh, this is from my friend who always sends stuff to me. Oh, these are adorable. So they are a set of leveled readers. We use leveled readers in our class a lot to level the kids where we think they are at. I use also decodables. I use the science of reading too as well, but these are perfect. Look how cute they are. This is awesome. I love the size of them. I love that there's a good amount of A's, B's, C's, and D's, which is perfect for kindergarten. That is our hopes is that kids leave. I know not everyone does level readers, but our principal is very strong on them, so we do use them, and our hopes is that kindergartners leave between a C and a D. Though if I can get them at an A or a B, especially when they come in with no letter knowledge or phonetic knowledge, if I get them at an A or B when they leave, that is great. Like, that's wonderful. So this is really going to help my small groups. We can take these, we can use these, and really work on reading. And it gives them a variation. So I do have leveled readers already. However, I have the leveled readers that I do cold reads, which means they've never seen the book before and they have to just open it up and try to read it. And then I have like ones that they're able to pull out for themselves. I don't have a lot of level A's. I have some level B's. I have more C's and D's. I came from first grade when I moved to kindergarten, so my library was more geared to first grade. And in first grade, we generally like them to start at a C or a D if possible. And there were times where I got kids who weren't even at an A yet. So we had a few, but you know, I need more. So I'm so happy to have those. All right, the next bag. Oh, this is also from my friend. Animals number shape learning alphabet number shape learning stamps. My glasses are not on because they have a really weird reflection whenever I'm recording, and so I take them off so it's easier for anybody who's watching to see. So these are little stamps. You can use them with stamp pads, you can use them with stamping Play-Doh, and you start, they have little cards with them. These I'm probably going to use if I use these in a small group, but if I use them in a regular station, I'm going to separate the letters from the numbers. So I'll have a reading and a math section. And then we'll start with stamping or making their name, and then maybe pulling a letter card, make it, that kind of thing. And then we'll move on to making words. So I'm very excited about these. That's going to be a really fun station for them. I have a station that was given to me. It is sight words, and it's stamping sight words and tracing. It's kind of the same idea, but they get to make their own. And I will also provide cards, so if they don't know what word to make or they're, feeling a little lost, they can pull a card and make it that way. All right, the last thing to open today is this big box. Sorry for the extra loud. Yay! I'm very excited for what's in this box. Okay, so this is also from my friend, and there's a lot of really good things in here. So I'm gonna pull out these Magnetiles cards. So Magnetiles is one of our STEM stations that we do for interactive centers at the end of the day. And I have two of these cards in mine already. They are very old. I mean, I've had them for at least 5 years, and some of them are falling apart. I also have kids who fight over them because I usually have 4 to 5 kids in a station, and with 2 cars, you can see where the problem is. So this will help us with that, having more cars and cars that are not broken. Whiteout. I ran out of whiteout this year, and this is so useful, especially when I'm filling out paperwork to send home. Um, there are times where I've written the wrong kid's name on top because I'm just going so fast, or I've written the right, I wrote the right kid's name down, but then I wrote the other right beside them because I'm looking at a computer usually, wrote their score down, or wrote. Also, when I'm doing paperwork for 504 or IEPs or things like that, that goes to a different department, I can mess up. I am human. Whiteout fixes that. This is, ooh, they're puffy stickers. I just happened to put these on my list, and yeah, I'm very excited about it. So I will definitely check these out in a different video. This is sight word stomp. So they're gonna find the sight words, use these little dinosaur stompers, and play a game. So with these kind of things, I usually teach in small group how to play. And after we've played for a few weeks of this, I put it in a station because at that point they're expected to know how to play it by themselves. There will still probably be arguments at first or questions, and that's okay. They are 5. Some of my kids, like last year, for instance, I had 3 kids who turned 5 in August. So 2 kids turned, well, one turned 5 right before, the day before school started. One turned 5 the day after school started, and then one turned 5 like 2 weeks into school. They are still very young. They're going to fight over things. They're going to not know how to share. Teaching this kind of stuff, pre-teaching it, and then putting it in there, that's what's the best thing for them. And the last thing in here is this, oh no, there's another thing in here. This set of square tiles. I have magnet tiles already. I wanted these for a station. My plan is to write on them. For instance, we'll start with capitals to lowercase, and they have to match. In math, I will start, like, you'll make say 5 dots, and they find number 5, and they match. They put it together. It is hands-on. They are physically doing something. It is not a worksheet, right? They are physically having to move and use that part of the brain, and we're also working on hand-eye coordination. As they progress, we will change it to subtraction, multiplication, not multiplication. I did have a student last year who could divide and multiply in their head, so multiplication for him, but subtraction and addition. And it would also, for reading, transfer to maybe one letter is a C, or one tile is a C and the other tile is a T, and they put together to make a cat. This is the last item in here, are bouncy balls. This is a prize. It's an incentive. I'm not doing treasure box this year. I'm doing the little gumballs. So I would like to, I need to fix my my incentives, and this will add to it. Kids love bouncy balls, all different colors. They get what they get, and they're excited about it, right? And thank you so much for supporting my class, because I know you're going to watch this video. Remember, reach out, help a teacher, find somebody. Thank you.